So this is more than muscle. And I want to first explain my rebranding. I'm also going to explain a little bit more about what I really want this podcast to be about, what it has already been about. But the most important factor that you can take away is all of the key components that I'm going to share with you, from training to nutrition to also just mostly mindset. So the whole idea of more than muscle is I don't want this to just be about training, because I think there's too many people that are sharing that already. Anyone, even ChatGPT, even Google and YouTube, you can find out everything you need to build muscle. But at the end of the day, that's just so surface level. And it also is just all about aesthetics, and that's not what I want to be about. So I want this opportunity to help you guys understand the value of going beyond just strength, going beyond, low body fat, whatever it is. I want you to understand the value of how you can get mentally strong, how you can build mental fortitude, because we live in a world where everyone is so damn surface level. Everyone will tell you what to do, how to do it, all the shoulds, all of the have tos, all of the need tos. And in reality, that's not how it's meant to be. If you truly want to grow, then grow internally. Grow also physically. Learn about yourself. Go internal, because at the end of the day, that is more important than anything external that's out there. And so I'm going to start today by kind of sharing a little bit more of what I've been sharing the last, I think, 2 years. I've done a lot of episodes at this point. Most of the time, I've shared my journey. I've shared about my clients' journey. I've shared more about just insight around fitness and health and nutrition and all these things. But I really want you to understand that the value that I'm going to give you here is just going to go more and more beyond muscle. And that's the whole idea. So I'm going to recap a little bit about myself and just kind of give you a bit of a backstory. Even if you know me, even if you work with me, doesn't matter. There's probably going to be something that you'll be able to take away from this and then moving forward. So for most of you, you know that I was a professional athlete. I played soccer for 7 years professionally, 20 years overall. Across that time, I've gone everywhere. I've gone around the world, and in particular, I came to the US. I loved the US, and my sport brought me here, and in particular, it brought me to California, and I loved California, and I didn't realize that I would now be able to call this place my home. But let's kind of backtrack, because how did I even get here? Well, after my first ACL, I wanted to make a comeback to my sport, so I tried to make a comeback. On my 13th month of rehab, I retore my ACL, and I thought, okay, maybe it's time for me to, hang it up and look into a different route, because at the end of the day, women weren't really getting paid to play. Now, obviously, we have a different story, but I wanted to share that because so often people think that it's easy just to go away from a sport that you've spent pretty much your whole life doing. So what I did is I actually left that sport and I decided to go all in on my career path. I was still working. I was working 4 jobs at the time. I was studying at university. I was doing nutrition and psychology. But at the end of the day, I needed to get paid. And that's what we all need to do, right? We need to grow up. We need to actually take some responsibility, and we have to, get into the adulthood, as everyone likes to call it. So I decided to probably take one of the biggest risks ever. And that was moving my life from Australia to the US and come to California with very little. I lost my jobs. I lost my friends. I lost my relationships. I hit rock bottom. And there was a big story behind that. And I want to save that for another episode. But when I hit rock bottom, I truly hit rock bottom. I had panic attacks. I had anxiety attacks. I was probably the most depressed person you'll ever want to be around, and hence why no one wanted to be around me. So I dove deep into personal development. I went and saw a psychologist for 18 months. I learned stoicism. I learned philosophy to a whole different level, and I really wanted to understand it, right? I didn't want to just learn it. I wanted to embody it, and hence why I love the idea of stoicism. I love ancient philosophy, and through the next 2 years, I just poured into myself. I didn't really care about what was happening. All I cared about was building myself physically, building myself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And that's exactly what I did. And that's why I share what I share with you today, not just from the knowledge that I have, but the experience that I have. So if you're someone that you want to grow, you truly want to take a look at yourself, you want to reflect, and you want to go, what areas of my life do I need to improve upon? I need you to look at 4 key areas. And that is going to be your physicality, your mentality, spirituality, and emotionally. Where do you Where are you the weakest? When you know your weak points, then you can really address them and then you can get better. And so for me, that's exactly what I did. And once I grew all of those, opportunity knocked on my door. I opened my own gym. My gym's now been open for 8 years. It's over here in Orange County. And you know what? It's thriving. Little did I know that COVID would then create another opportunity, even though everyone saw it as an adversity. And COVID wasn't an adversity. What it did is it created a divide. It divided people into who's going to try and who's going to fail. You're either going to get completely defeated by it and you're going to shelter yourself and you're going to put on weight and you're just going to basically become a bum and, blame COVID for everything. And if you're still blaming COVID for everything, I just want to remind you, it's been 5 fucking years. Okay. And if you're still blaming COVID for the last 5 years of why you gained your quarantine 15, you maybe need to check yourself and you need to hire someone to actually slap you across the face and then fucking do something different with your life. If you're the other person where you go, hey, there's opportunity here. There's opportunity where I can grow, I can be better, I can change myself, and I can actually create something, then you will have probably 5 years of some growth. And I took that opportunity. I created an online business. I created an online platform. And here we are where I am actually delivering what I delivered to you today. I work with hundreds of clients and I work with people around the world. I took the damn opportunity. Just like out of 9 surgeries, I took the damn opportunity. So every single surgery that I was dealt, I looked at it as an opportunity. If it was a lower body injury, I went and worked on my upper body. If it was an upper body injury, I worked on my lower body. Do you know how many people lay down and they're like, oh, poor me, I can't do it. Oh my gosh, how am I going to? And then they go and like cry about it, thinking that that's going to make it better. And let me share something with you. Your circumstance, as soon as you let that dictate your life, then you are then a victim to it. And then you will go and behave accordingly to that. And then you'll justify your frustrations going, well, I'm limited. Well, this is happening to me. No, it's not. The sooner that you can actually look at yourself and you can understand that you can take complete and total control of yourself and your life, that's the sooner you're going to actually be better. But it always comes down to, when are you going to take responsibility? And that's what I really want to share this episode on, taking responsibility. And this is what I mean. This is what makes it more than muscle. Because yes, you can find someone that's fit. You can find someone that looks strong. You can find anyone out there that can tell you how to eat, right? But what you won't find is you won't find someone that truly fucking embodies it. Like truly embodies it. What is it to be mentally strong? What is it to have mental fortitude? I'll tell you right now, it's you staring at yourself, not liking what you see, and doing everything in your fucking power to change it. That's what it's about. And if you do not do anything to change it, then don't be mad at yourself, right? Don't be mad at the situation. Don't be mad at anyone for anything, because at the end of the day, you're just allowing it. So you just got to accept it. And if you don't want to change where you're at, that's cool. Stay as it is. Stay as you are. That's the choices that you have. And isn't it amazing that we have these choices? We have these choices to change or choices to stay the same. And it's up to you what you decide to do. And so from this point on, I just want to dive into this. I want to make sure that you understand the value of taking ownership, of taking responsibility, of not letting life dictate every single time you feel you fall down. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. This is it. This is all you get. This is the only one that you're going to have. So you may as well do something with it. You may as well take control and take ownership and actually take it the direction that you've always wanted. And so what I want to do is I want to get you thinking. I want to ask you some questions. I want to get you changing your perspective on things, because the 3 things that we truly have control over is our thoughts, our decisions, and our perceptions. And I guarantee you, you're not even aware of your thoughts, and you're not even aware about how those thoughts are dictating your shitty decisions, and how your shitty decisions are then creating this perception that you don't like. Did you know that it all started off as your thoughts? Did you know that it all started with an idea? And that idea was negative. What if you turn that around? What if you took complete ownership of your thoughts and you became more aware of yourself and you actually stood up for yourself and were more positive, more optimistic, more intentional? Imagine you're living your day with meaning. Just imagine if you were to truly live your life with meaning. What would that look like for you? How would that be for you? And I think that many people just don't take that opportunity, even though every single day that you wake up, you have that. You have the opportunity to change. You have the opportunity to change directions. You have the opportunity to take control of your life and the outcomes that you want for yourself. And that's all that this is going to take. So I'm going to leave it with you guys right here. And I want you to just know that every single time that you listen to these episodes, every single time that you do something, just that little step, right? That tiny action every day, you're compounding this over the course of time. You're compounding something more positive that will lead you somewhere. What about if I told you that in 100 days, you will have what you want? If you just did it every single day and I told you in 100 days you will have it, would you continue to do it on day number 67? Would you continue to do it on day number 92? Right? Would you continue to do it if you knew? Well, guess what? You're not even guaranteed tomorrow. So you may as well just put in the work, do it on a daily, and commit to yourself, stay disciplined, stay dedicated, and actually see this through, because you may actually get there. So just remember, guys, everything you want is on the other side of fear. So make a move, take action, because you're one decision away from a completely different life.